again. Did you enjoy the story of Pinocchio? Perhaps you're wondering what happened next. Well, listen carefully, and I'll tell you about Pinocchio and the clogs. As you can imagine, Pinocchio was very happy when the Blue Fairy turned him into a real boy. And of course, Geppetto was overjoyed to have Pinocchio back at home with him. Pinocchio promised to be a good boy and go to school every day. And this time, he kept his promise. One day, when Pinocchio came home from school, Geppetto said, "I have a present for you, son. I made them myself in my workshop." And he gave Pinocchio a brand new pair of shoes. But they were not ordinary shoes. Geppetto had carved them from wood. "Thank you, father," said Pinocchio. "They are beautiful." "Wooden shoes are called clogs," Geppetto explained. "And once you get used to them, they'll be so comfortable you will be able to dance all the way to school." "That will be fun," laughed Pinocchio. "But father, why are they called clogs?" "I am not sure," said Geppetto, "but I think it must be because when you walk in them, they make a noise that sounds like clog, 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 clog." Pinocchio tried the clogs on. They fitted perfectly, and when he walked, they did make a noise that sounded like clog, 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 clog. Pinocchio liked his clogs very much, and he wore them to school the very next day. When he walked down the street, everyone heard the clog, 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 clog sound his shoes made, and came out to see what the noise was. Pinocchio showed everyone his new shoes. "My father carved them from wood," he said proudly, "and they are called clogs." He did a little dance, and the wooden shoes went clog, 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 clog. Everyone laughed, and Pinocchio clogged happily off to school. Soon the whole town knew about Pinocchio's clogs. Everyone thought the shoes were so delightful that they all wanted clogs for themselves. So, for the next few days, Geppetto was kept very busy making clogs for all the townspeople. And it was not long before the milkman was going clog, 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 clog. As he went from house to house delivering milk, the postwoman went clog, 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 clog. As she went from house to house delivering letters, all over town, in the shops and on the streets, almost everyone walked happily about going clog, 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 clog. There was only one person in town who could not wear Geppetto's wonderful shoes, the policeman. If he wore clogs, any thieves or bad people he was trying to catch would hear the clog, 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 and know that he was coming. That would give them a chance to run away. So the policeman had to keep wearing quiet shoes, for there were thieves and bad people in the town. "My feet hurt," moaned Cat. "Oh, stop complaining," said Fox. "I want a pair of them new wooden shoes like everyone else has," said Cat. "Can we buy some?" "Buy some?" yelped Fox. "Buy some?" "Yes," replied Cat, "with the gold we stole from Pinocchio." "We spent that ages ago," Fox reminded him. "Besides, we do not buy things, we steal them." Now Geppetto had made so many pairs of clogs for the townspeople that he had earned a great deal of money. One day he said to Pinocchio, "Please take this bag of money to the bank for me, where it will be safe, and take this pair of wooden shoes to the bank manager." Pinocchio set off on his errand, but just as he was getting close to the bank, a pair of hairy paws grabbed him. "Well, well, if it isn't our old wooden friend Pinocchio," said Fox. "I am not not your friend, and I am not wooden anymore," said Pinocchio. "I am a real boy now." "So he is," said Cat, "and he is wearing a pair of his father's famous wooden shoes." "They are called clogs," said Pinocchio. "Well, I want them," said Cat. "And I want that pair you are carrying," said Fox. "You cannot have them," said Pinocchio. "They are for the bank manager." "Bank manager, eh?" sneered Fox. "So you are on your way to the bank, are you?" And though Pinocchio tried to stop them, Fox and Cat snatched the large bag of money and both pairs of clogs, the ones Pinocchio was carrying and the ones he was wearing. As Fox and Cat ran off down the street, Pinocchio began to cry. What would his father say? "What is the matter?" asked a kind, gentle voice. Pinocchio looked up, and there in front of him stood the Blue Fairy. Pinocchio told her what had happened. "I will never get my father's money back now," he sobbed. "Yes, you will," said the Blue Fairy. "I will help you." "But how?" asked Pinocchio. "We will never be able to find Fox and Cat in all these winding streets." "I think we will," said the Blue Fairy. "I have an idea." The next morning the milkman got up, had a wash, ate his breakfast, put on his wooden shoes and went out to deliver the milk. But when he got out into the street, something seemed odd. His milk bottles rattled as usual, but there was no sound coming from his wooden shoes. They did not go clog, 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 clog. In fact, they did not make any noise at all, not even when the milkman stamped his feet. All over town it was the same. The postwoman delivered her letters, the shopkeepers served their customers, but no sound came from any of their shoes. The whole town was quiet. Well, nearly the whole town. Clog, 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 went Fox and Cat as they walked down a narrow back street. "There is something funny going on," said Fox. "The town is so quiet. All I can hear is the sound of our own feet." "My feet hurt," moaned Cat. "These wooden shoes are too tight." Fox ignored him. "Why are our clogs the only ones making any noise?" he wondered. He soon found out. For a moment later, the policeman crept up behind Fox and Cat and caught them. You see, the Blue Fairy had put a spell on all the wooden shoes in the town, so that they would not make any noise. All the wooden shoes, that is, except the ones that Fox and Cat had stolen. So it was easy for the policeman to find them. They were the only ones that still went clog, 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 clog. As the policeman returned the bag of money to Geppetto, he said, "I had better lock these two animals up in prison." "Oh, do not do that," said Pinocchio. "I have got a much better idea." The next day, all the school children were invited to a special show at the puppet theatre, where Pinocchio had worked when he was a wooden boy. The puppet master came out on stage. "Boys and girls," he announced, "I am proud to present my new star act, the Dancing Fox and Cat." The curtains opened, and there they were, Fox and Cat, dancing as fast as they could. Clog, 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 clog. They went. They could not stop, even if they had wanted to. The puppet master had tied strings to their legs, and when he pulled them, they had to dance. All the children laughed and clapped. Geppetto and Pinocchio clapped the hardest of all. "My feet hurt," moaned Cat. Geppetto and Pinocchio laughed and laughed. "Oh, do be quiet," said Fox. Wasn't that a lovely story? There are lots of other favourite tales to be enjoyed in this Ladybird book and tape collection. The Elves and the Shoemaker, The Three Little Pigs, The Gingerbread Man, Little Red Riding Hood, The Three Billy Goats Gruff, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Thumbelina, Puss in Boots, and The Little Red Hen. There are other great book and tape packs to collect too. Storytime, Nursery Rhymes, Desperate Dan and Dennis the Menace. Available wherever Ladybird books are sold. Listen with Ladybird. Timeless quality for today's child.